Welcome to MLS Daily. Your Major League Soccer recap starts now. The pitch is quiet today, but the news is not. In transfer news, several sources are confirming. Report, Johan Manzambi nears 70 million euros Aston Villa transfer after starring at the 2026 World Cup with Switzerland. Amid Switzerland's heroic performances, Johan Manzambi emerged as the team's biggest star. Following his breakout displays, he is reportedly close to completing a $70 million transfer to Aston Villa. Switzerland surprised at the 2026 World Cup, reaching the quarterfinals and putting in a highly competitive performance. While most of the players produced their best form, Johan Manzambi was the team's standout performer, excelling both as a goal scorer and a playmaker. Following his impressive perf, building momentum in the press, Robert Lewandowski makes MLS move to Chicago Fire on deal till 2028. Former Barcelona striker joins for 2.5 seasons. 37-year-old's 697 goals is third best total for current players. The Chicago Fire on Monday officially announced their acquisition of Robert Lewandowski through to the 2027-28 season. Poland's record goal scorer will occupy a designated player slot pending the approval of his visa, as well as the completion of an international transfer certificate. The club described Lewandowski, 37, as a global soccer icon in social media posts. He was a on-the-pitch 2026 MLS All-Star squad, according to U.S. soccer players. Major League Soccer announced the 2026 MLS All-Star roster on Wednesday, completing the 29-player squad that will face the Liga MX All-Stars on July 29th in Charlotte. The game at Bank of America Stadium is set for 8 p.m. ET on Apple TV. 2026 MLS All-Star roster GK, Maxime Crépeau, Orlando City SC, coaches selection, Matt. American Soccer Now reports, MLS Thoughts, Caps future in limbo, Youth report, Arfsten surges, and more. ASN's Brian Ciaretta is here with his latest thoughts around the MLS, including his weekly youth report on U.S. Youth Internationals. American Soccer Now reports, MLS Youth report, Hall, Miller, and Tsakiris enjoy big performances amid strong season for young Yanks. ASN's Brian Ciaretta breaks down the midweek for young Americans in MLS with Julian Hall and Peyton Miller scoring big goals and Nico Tsakiris leading a San Jose turnaround. Crocker departs U.S. soccer, Yanks struggle in Europe, youth shines in MLS. ASN's Brian Ciaretta is here to break down the top stories in U.S. soccer, MLS, and Americans abroad. MLS. Young players shining, Berhalter surging to free agency, Luna responds. ASN's Brian Ciaretta writes about the top stories in MLS, including the breakout of several young American players, including Xavier Gozo, Julian Hall, and Nico Tsakiris. MLS. Youth is served with RBNY and RSL. Montreal is awful, USMNT update, and more. ASN's Brian Ciaretta is here to offer up his thoughts on the week in MLS. Scotland goalkeeper Gunn signs for San Jose Earthquakes, according to Yahoo Sports, MLS. Angus Gunn was Scotland's first choice at the World Cup. Getty Images. Scotland goalkeeper Angus Gunn has signed for Major League Soccer title hopefuls, San Jose Earthquakes, after being released by Nottingham Forest. The 30-year-old, who has 25 caps for his country, has agreed a contract until the end of the 2030 MLS season. Bruce Arena's side currently sits second in the Western Conference, 15 games into the season, only behind Vancouver Whitecaps on goal difference, but having played one game more. Lionel Messi named to third straight MLS All-Star Game roster. Will he play? According to Yahoo Sports, MLS. Lionel Messi was one of 29 players named to the MLS All-Star team on Wednesday. The Inter Miami star leads the league with 20 goal contributions and is tied for second with 12 goals in 14 games. Messi, currently with Argentina, as they prepare for a World Cup quarterfinal match against Switzerland, was one of 11 players voted onto the roster. 16 others, including Messi's international and club teammate Rodrigo de Paul, were selected by MLS All-Star head coach Dean Smith. Toronto FC's Richie L. Red Bulls phenom, Julian Hall, named to MLS All-Star squad. According to Yahoo Sports, MLS, one of Red Bull New York's young stars is now an MLS All-Star. Julian Hall was named to the MLS All-Star Game on Wednesday as a commissioner's pick for the squad of players that will face the Liga MX All-Stars on July 29th at Bank of America Stadium. The honor is the latest feather in the cap for the 18-year-old, who has a team-leading 9 goals this season in 15 regular season matches. Julian Hall celebrates after the Red Biles' 3-2 victory over the Columbus Crew at Sports Illustrated. New stadium needed to keep Whitecaps in Vancouver, MLS Commissioner Don Garber says, according to Yahoo Sports, MLS, Seattle, AP. MLS Commissioner Don Garber said, before the United States beat Australia at the World Cup on Friday, that the Vancouver Whitecaps need to have a new stadium deal in order to keep the club in Vancouver. Edson. We're committed to keeping the team here if we have a viable stadium project, Garber said, which we don't have now. Iran financial hurdles have hit the club despite its success on the pitch. BC Place, the Whitecaps' home since 2011, is government-owned Iran. Neymar closes door on summer move to FC Cincinnati. Neymar closes door on summer move to FC Cincinnati. MLS and Eastern Conference powerhouse FC Cincinnati have missed out on the chance to bring one of the game's biggest names. The shock revelation that Brazilian icon Neymar may ply his trade on American shores has unfortunately not come to fruition, with the Seleção star officially walking away from the negotiating table, per The Athletic's Tom Bogert. Neymar, who made his return to the pitch for Brazil after 981 days in their comfortable 3-0 win of Table Watch. Eastern Conference Top 5 and Western Conference Top 5. That is the recap. Follow MLS Daily, and we will see you next time.